And plus, you know something, when I teach beginning meditation, I do a little hybrid of my own between TM and Buddhist beginning meditation, and I always teach the breath meditation first. Because because of all the reasons that you're stating, and for people who have never meditated before, it helps get them into the state. It helps relax them, and it helps them calm their mind.
Well, you know, they say that the smartest people in the world, it's really hard for them to meditate because they have so many things going on in their mind, and our goal is to just get everything out of there. So when you're sitting there and you're trying to get rid of things, and you're thinking, oh, I got to do that project at home, I have to change the oil in my car, oh my God, I have to do grocery shopping.
I got to pick up the cleaning, I got to go get some milk.
So that's why the breath begins it all. That's the key to everything.
It's
for the yoga that I'm doing. I spend 15 minutes with my children in class. That's what I do for them. But after school, the yoga for our youth, which is, I teach children at daycares, at camps. I just came back from a camp. It's 103 degrees in Philly. I taught outside in the town of Westchester at a camp, and I was in a gazebo. There actually was some wind in there, and I had children. I never met them before. This was the first time I worked there, and I'm going to be there for the month. And I had children 7 and 8 years old. They're made out of rubber bands. They were flexing their bodies in positions. Their flexibility was incredible. And I was talking to them about the mind, the body, and the breath. And you should see these children. I was teaching them 3-part breathing. They were so into it. Now, obviously, they're not in school, so they don't care about school right now. So it was like something fun to them. And it was just a great experience today. It only holds 12 children in the gazebo. I had 12 mats in mine, and we had 16 kids in there. They were like lined up to get in there. I can't wait to go back.
I bet.
It was a great experience.
I bet the kids can't wait to have you back.
I hope so. That's the plan.
Listen, how important is yoga to an overall sense of health and fitness? And even for someone such as myself with some physical challenges with knees, like I can't kneel, so I tend to shy away from yoga. I do Pilates and gyrokinesis every week.
Well, the Pilates is great for your core. The Pilates is great for your core as well as yoga. And this is a line that I use with children. You know, I teach personal lessons for adults as well. But my specialty is children, and I tell everybody, you don't win yoga. It's not a contest, and that's one of the things that's good about it. Children that are not fabulous athletes, they can do something in yoga, and children that are good athletes might not be as great in yoga, but they still get to stretch, and they get the chance to breathe and focus on different things. It's so good for the focus and the concentration. It strengthens your self-esteem. Now let's get back to your question. Adults and yoga that cannot do it or think they cannot do it.
Well,
first of all, if you can't stretch and reach your toes, if you continue practicing it, you eventually will be able to. Everybody's muscles are different than each other. Some people can do it right away. Some people take longer. But if you focus on the breath, then they're getting something before they even do the stretching.
You know, I'm hyper flexible with regard to bending over forward. I can put my palms on the floor. But none of you guys can do it. Nicky probably can put his elbows on the floor without bending my knees. I'm hyper flexible. Oh, Jeff's standing up. Show off. I'm hyper flexible in that regard. What my issues are the knee things. I have a replacement on one side, on the right side. On the left, I'm waiting for another replacement, maybe this fall. I don't know. It depends on my schedule. So I cannot kneel. Child's pose. I can't do that.
I have a client that can't do child's pose, and that's so good for your back.
I know.
You do variations. So instead of doing child pose, and you can't sit back and do the chair, and you have problems probably with Warrior 1 and Warrior 2. But I could do an hour class, and you're seated the whole time. You can do twists, and you can do forward bends. You can do some binding, things of that nature. And some of your standing poses you can do with a bad knee as well, I'm sure.
You have my word that when I get my TV talk show, you guys, that I will have you on and we will do a segment with yoga for kids, but we will do a segment with different yoga, as you just mentioned, chair yoga or something like that. We have 2 local yoga professionals that have been guests on my show also. and so we have to, give everybody fair time. But you have my word that you will be on, and Nikki also. We will have demonstrations for people live.
Can I be security?
Yes, you can. You could be the head of security.
And
Did
she's
you
doing
ever-
a Springer-like show too, so that'll work.
I don't want a Jerry Springer
security
show,
would really help.
but I got to have the security. Listen, the
Deal.
women get a load of Nikki, they're going to be lined up
Billy D.
around
Williams,
the
that's
block.
He's going to need
I've been
security.
hearing that
He's
for a
going to
long
need
time.
security.
Billy D.
Yeah.
Williams, that's what I'm trying to remember earlier.
More
They're
than
right with
Omar.
But a young version.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
when he was young in that aforementioned Brian song.
So, okay, listen, Chris, did you ever struggle with your weight, or have you always been in great shape?
I mean, no, I was on the cross-country team, basketball team, played soccer.
So you've been...
I'm older, I'm 48 now, and I'm gonna have like a little bit of a gut, but my wife busted me on that. But I'm in really good shape. I mean, I do yoga. I don't know. I wake up in the morning and do yoga. I do stretches for like 40 minutes, and then I teach school, and then I teach after school to personal lessons, and yeah, I never really struggle. And I tell my friends, and I give them different stretches to do, but you can't tell people what to do. They're not going to necessarily do it. You can't make anybody do anything. You tell them. I had a friend, I went to breakfast with him the other day, and he's like, I'm trying to lose weight, and he ordered French fries for breakfast. So, like, what can you do? You know what I mean?
With pancakes, I bet.
Now,
And a glass of orange juice.
Waffles and
And a
chicken.
banana to go.
I love orange juice, though. I know it's a lot of sugar in it, but I love it.
Listen, I'm a firm believer in daily cardio to help people get their unhealthy weight off. And do you think it's necessary to add cardio exercise to a very successful yoga program?
Definitely. I rent out studios for some clients, or I go to their house, and we have an hour. So we're not doing any cardio, but I tell them all, do cardio, ride a bike, treadmill, Stairmaster, anything that you can do, just walk. I tell a lot of my friends just to go out with their wives and just go for a walk. Cardio is the key. I mean, like I told you, for every one of my classes, they're doing cardio to start. I mean, that is the key. That was one of the problems in inner cities with the obesity. The children were not going outside. That's one of the problems. That's why I want to reintroduce yoga, is because of iPods, cell phones, instant message, text message, computer, e-messages, the video games. I mean, I have nephews. They have to go outside and play, and they do. There's other kids. They just sit in the house. They're bored outside. They can't find. If it's not an organized game, they're not playing it. So that's one of the problems that we had in the inner city, and little by little, I'm trying to change it. You can't do it by yourself, but you got to start with yourself. So I'm trying.
Plus, I tell people that I work with for motivational weight loss and everything, you gotta wanna. I mean, they can show up to my Elgin's Biggest Loser meetings and everything, but if they don't really deep down wanna do it, then there's just, you gotta wanna first. You gotta find that wanna within yourself. Tell us about working with men and women, especially with the time that's involved, like, with so many people, two parents working in this day and age. Do you know what I mean?
That's a big problem because, it's usually the mom and dad both go to work, and they work all day. They come home, and they get the kids, someone's making dinner, and then they're doing homework, and before you know it, it's 8 o'clock, and they want to work out. So it is hard. So what you do is, this is what I tell my students, is you try to set days for bike rides with the families, or walks with the families, or go to the park with the family.
Make a date.
Most people, they have a pet, you take the dog to the park, bring a frisbee, run it, and make it fun. That's one of the things about yoga. People are always thinking about, but it's more than that. And what's good about it is it's fun. So I recommend cardio for adults and to do yoga if they can. But I know it's the work. Everyone has to work now. It's hard. So I think I have a few clients. I teach after school or late at night. During the week, they're going to go in the morning. They're going to go for a walk before they go to work. If that's the least you can do, that's great if you can fit it in.
Absolutely, without question. I couldn't agree more. Listen, Chris, tell us how our listeners can get in touch with you for more information. I know you live in Philly, we're here, but any kind of interest that we can spark in yoga with our listeners, whether it be through you that will lead them to take up the practice with, say, Buntiva, or with Karen Mays, Nancy May from St. Charles. But anyway, tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you.
All right, well, my name is Christopher Theodore, and if you just Google Theoga, Theoga, will come up, and there's like some YouTube videos that are out there, and you can see that. And I do travel, and I do workshops, and I do professional development for school districts. I do it for daycares. As a matter of fact, the greatest boss I've ever had is at my school, Meredith, in Philadelphia, and my principal, Cindy, wants me to teach yoga to the teachers. This way they have less stress, they feel better, they teach the students, they get better.
What a good idea.
So please check me out, Theoga, Theoga, and I never went to Wrigley Field, so someone send me out there. I want to go there.
We will do our best. Listen, thank you for being with us. We have 3 minutes left. I got to cut to the chase. We will be in.
And I'll see you on TV soon.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
We'll see you at Wrigley.
I want to thank everybody for being with us today. My boys, Mike, Jeff, and Kyle, and our special guest, Nick Farooqui of Ballistic Fighting Method. Can you leave us with a pearl of wisdom, Nicky?
Absolutely. True self-defense is defined as any strategy employed in which the attacker becomes more concerned with his or her own safety rather than the original motive of the attack. That's my job to give it to you. Okay.
I think that's wonderfully put.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderfully put. And we got to thank again Christopher Theodore from Theo Yoga, Yoga for the Youth, located in Philadelphia. And of course, thank you to all of our loyal listeners. Elgin's Biggest Loser Contest 2, Week 5 weigh-in is tonight at the Taylor YMCA at 5 p.m. And hey, Amos, I bet you thought we forgot about you. Well, we didn't. We love you. And today's show has been brought to you by Allen & Son Seal Coating.
And their great phone number, 847-980-6914. Are you weighing in tonight, Mike? Are you weighing in?
I will not be able to weigh in because I have a double header to do down in Naperville again. So I got to take off from here and go straight to Naperville.
That's cardio, so that's okay.
I'm
That is cardio. I'm
also
bringing
gonna
the
see
scale.
if I can weigh
Yeah,
in
Mike
at the
cardio.
Y like tomorrow.
That would be wonderful.
I've done that before.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah,
good.
About
Then
10 miles
email
in
me.
for the parade the other day. I might tell
And
you.
also, we'd like to thank Dr. Claire Aleos for being a new sponsor. Her office is conveniently located at 2001 Larkin Avenue in the Associated Bank Building. Call 847-888-9988 for an appointment, or if you have any questions. And Frock Swap, Thursday, August 5th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Hemmons. Go frockswap.com. And don't forget, August 7th, Nick's Women's
Chance.
Fighting Chance, Self-Defense.
Noon to 4.
Noon to 4, and snobhounds.com, greyhounds only. We're going to have a bunch of greyhounds up for adoption this fall. Thanks for inviting us. Please spay and neuter your pets. And thanks for listening. Go Elgin's Biggest Losers. Always dream bigger, and let's work to end all wars, everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same station. The Laura Dion-Jones Show. I love you all. Thank you.